Okay, so this is the final chapter of The Quiet Sleep, where we have Mission Prep 1. Things are happening, the stakes are too high for you to mess this up. Failing this goal ends the game. It requires 5 cash, and we have tons of cash, but we also have tons of time. So I'm actually not going to do that just yet, because I don't really want to do the mission. This time we're going to take the other ending for this game. I don't know if I've recorded it before, but we'll try it this time. So we can learn the news. You cannot ignore the buzz, but what will you find? This makes sadness due to consequences, and takes a little will. And we have will, so we'll just run that. It's not your hand that killed the teacher, but it was your tongue. This gives us sin and confession. So this is a deposit of sin built by learning the news. And this is a goal to confess our sins. So we can do that like so. And we'll let that run. It's worth keeping an eye on this. We don't want this. If we fail this goal, we're going to lose. So we're just going to make sure that that remains secure. Meanwhile, look at how this tower is depleting because of this. Our defenses are by and large fairly strong, but I am going to put down a second vent tower right here. Just to keep us a little more secure. And we'll recharge this one. So we've completed another work shift. We have 21 cash. I think we're good for now. I think we're not going to need some more. So we're not even going to bother rebuilding there. Just going to let all of this do. Look, all of this complete. Look at the flood of emotion that's going through. So for that I'm going to do this. That one's completed, so I'm going to recharge this here. And I'm going to recharge this off this large stock of energy. Just look at the amount. Okay, so we are 60% complete with that. We need to fill our job quota, which we have plenty for. We have plenty of cash for. We still have lots of time for this, so that's going to be fine. Let's close that menu. 80% complete here. That's the final sin. Meanwhile, you can see these two have just completely discharged. There's absolutely no charge there anymore. So we've completed our confession, which lets us build this disavow tower. And we can disavow the homeland, which will make anger due to defining ourselves. Okay, so to disavow ourselves we need will, energy, and frustration. And we get frustration from anger, but we have no source of anger yet, so let's see what we can do about that. Luckily, our feeling of betrayal fuels our anger, so that makes the frustration we have and will and energy you're used to. Oh, so look at how this is melting. Okay, so this tower is complete, so we can start this already. It's will and energy. So now that train is going to go like that. I think we still have some time before we need to start this, but not that much. Meanwhile, this train is coming here. We also seem to have outlasted much of our emotion, which is good because we have been seriously depleted. Still a bunch every time. See, they're getting all the way through to the last line of defense. And I think now, we have no focus. Okay, I think right now we need to start. Cutting down on the focus and completing this goal. So we're going to stop recharging this. And just send the cash like so. So you can see it's going right into the final one, and defining ourselves and this feeling of alienation is causing a lot more anger to come rushing through us. And we need to be worried, because if we lose control of ourselves, it's going to be harder to complete this goal in time. If we don't complete that goal in time, we lose. So we are 60% of the way there. This is thankfully a nice easy goal to do. And we're getting our disavowal done. Alright, so we've completed this one, and we now have 300, we have a lot of time for the next one, right, which requires travel, which is a little tougher to get than cash because it requires a conversion and so is slower. But we can leave that alone for right now and just try recharging some towers. I'm doing this one because this has a nice build up, so we can hopefully just get that done. We're 80% of the way there, but look at how weak our defenses have become. And again, whew, so we've disavowed the homeland. You can see the homeland trade itself has completely disappeared. So now we just need to plan our escape. And that requires preparation, which means we're going to have to free up some thought. It's going to be hard because our defenses have basically evaporated. But let's do it because this is key, right? And there we go, we've just lost control. We're too angry to think right now. So notice our goals are ticking down, but nothing was happening. So now let's take a moment, just recharge stuff, and see where things go. So this preparation is getting done. That's key. 1/5 of the way there. Meanwhile, this is ticking down and we do need to complete this goal too, because failing it will end the game. Right, this is the balance we're trying to walk between planning our escape and making it appear as though we're still cooperating. This is the second mission prep. And I think we have to start this now. And the problem is this is taking up valuable energy, which we need to keep our defenses intact. But we're very close to having figured out how to escape. And we've completed planning the escape, so now we just need to prepare for it, which again will take cash. Our supply is dwindling, but thankfully we built it up pretty strong, and just use the spare energy to calm ourselves with the walk. I could restock this one, but this area is reasonably defended, and I'm not going to use the focus on that right now. So we've completed preparing for the escape, so now we just actually have to escape. Meanwhile, we've almost finished this, but we have a lot of time left, so I'm going to stop this train for right now. Oof, we have our job quota to fill. Feels very mundane, but it has to be done. Okay. Ugh. And again, these defenses just melt. I'm going to restock this while we have the free focus. I think I'm going to start this just in case something goes wrong. We're 40% of the way through here, but we seem to have gotten a handle over much of our emotion. See, now that the homeland is gone, we just don't have the energy we used to. It's a shame. Mission prep 3, is it too far to turn back? Do I even want to? Again, we have lots of time. This requires spying, but we can't even do that if we wanted to, because we've disavowed the homeland. So now we really are dependent on this completing, but it looks like we've got a lot of time. We should be pretty safe here. We just need to make sure we don't lose control that often, and we should be golden. 80%? 90%? And this one right here should be the game. It's game over. Building a new life gets easier every time. So that was a complete playthrough of The Quiet Sleep. This should be very similar to the version you play. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the game. See ya.